Hi guys, welcome to Travel with Austin. I'm Austin. Today we're going to be looking at the Dillon Memorial, also known as the Dillon Cemetery, or even the Dillon Memorial Mound. So, this is a very unique cemetery outside of Zanesville, Ohio. And it is basically what we're seeing right now. It is a mound with all the gravestones in it. Now, sadly, I lost the article about this place when I first found out about it a few years ago. But if I remember correctly, basically this land was the actual cemetery at one point, and it was basically not cared for a really long time. And the gravestones got toppled over, broken, stuff like that. So, in the 1980s, the people of Zanesville, along with the Muskingum County Geological Society, decided to make this mound as a memorial for all the people who were buried in the cemetery. Now, every tombstone in the cemetery that they could recover is in this, except for one. And that is this gravestone over here, which is the gravestone of Moses Dillon, who basically settled this land in the 1800s. Now, it is really hard to read this tombstone because it is so old. But it says Moses Dillon died August, and I believe it says 15th, and it's either 1839 or 1859, and it says that he was in the 92nd year of his age. Just kind of an interesting way to put that. Now, his is separate because he is the one who settled on this land, but we have all these graves here too. Now, there is a plaque up here that explains a bit about it. Like I said, in 1804, Moses Dillon, Quaker missionary, settled at the falls, now Dillon Falls, near Zanesville. By 1809, he had the largest iron furnace in the state of Ohio, and later he furnished material for the Ohio-Erie Canal. Moses Dillon's son, John, donated this ground for the cemetery in 1810, and the Dillon burial ground was open to people of all faiths. The memorial was designed by local historian Lawrence Fulkerson and erected through the efforts of the Dillon Foundation, local citizens, and the Muskingum County Geological Society. Genealogical Society. And then interment records may be obtained from the Muskingum County Genealogical Society. And it was erected in 1987. So you can walk around this. There are tombstones almost all the way around it. So, just starting out, down here you have Isaac Dillon, who I imagine was related to Moses in some way. You have his wife. Up there you have Amanda A. and John Dillon Jr. At the very top you have a Deborah Ann. This one is actually in really good condition for Hannah James, who was 75 years old when she died. But as you can see, this is in really good condition. And you have one like this right there where I can't begin to see what it says. Some of them only have the initials on them. If you can see right up there, the ED one is kind of similar to some of the ones like at the Ridges that you'd see, or other mental asylums, except for its initials instead of a number. So these tombstones do vary wildly in condition. And we'll just take a look around them. So that's for the Reverend John Dillon. So as you can see, like these, although we can see the details of them, we can't really read them. Stuff like that. And as you start to walk around, you get stuff like this where the headstones were actually smashed when they found them. And here we just have basically thin concrete lines at this point because there's no visible writing on them. Now, it is kind of interesting because there's not really much back here. However, there are these three tombstones that are kind of placed away from everyone else. So we have Sarah J., who died in 1848. She was only 15 months old and 21 days, which is very sad. Can't read either of these. Now, I don't know if you guys can see on kind of the top of the mound there is part of a little statue that's left, just the feet part. Doing my best to show that. I obviously do not want to walk on the mound. Now back here, it is pretty bare. There are some holes going through the concrete though. And then we get to this section, which is kind of a bit different, because this looks like it was part of a tombstone, but there's no writing on it anywhere, even though there are details still left, very well preserved. We have the same going up here. We have a tombstone here that is pretty large. Again, you can see it is broken, and it's not readable. Another tombstone here. Now, something that kind of interests me is this right here, because it does seem like it was a tombstone at one point, but it has become so far gone that it actually basically blends into the actual mound itself. So now we're just coming around to the front again. Yeah, so that's really all there is to see here. It is right next to 70 East, and there is a junkyard literally right next door. But it's still an interesting thing to see if you are in the area, and I don't think it gets visited that much. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. I make new videos every week. Thank you guys for watching.